Welcome back, everyone. After a successful Everyday in May challenge, I am ready to get consistent with delivering you 3D printing content every single Monday. So we're going to pick up again next week with the broad overview of the technology. But this week I've got something special. We're going to take a look at how quick and easy it is to get started if you buy just the right printer at just the right price. I like to call these printers our minimum viable 3D printers. For those of you looking to get started with some consumer grade hardware, let's check these out. The one we're going to show today is by far the easiest to get going. It's the Monoprice Mini Delta 3D printer. This thing is $179.99 on Amazon. Great stuff. If you want to take it to the next level, I'd recommend a Prusa. Start out with the Mini, but man, those Prusa originals will run all day, every day, give you great results every time. And so with that, we're going minimum viable Monoprice. I've asked one of the absolute most legit 3D printing experts that I know, my former student Peter Fabe of the University of Dayton, who started the 3D printing club and hopes to teach 3D printing in his own life and career, to show us exactly how this is done out of the box.
Hi everyone, my name's Peter and today I'm going to show you how to unbox your Monoprice 3D printer to get started with 3D printing. Hi everyone, my name's Peter and today I'm going to show you how to unbox your Monoprice 3D printer to get started with 3D printing. On top we have the filament spool holder and the box with the power supply, the plastic scraper blade, the microSD card and Allen wrenches, an extra little filament screw, and your USB to micro USB connection for hooking your computer up to the printer. So let's go ahead and pull out the styrofoam. It says stop and read this before. This is just to make sure that you got everything that you were supposed to from your seller. And so all you do now is you reach in, you grab the handle. So this is the Monoprice Delta printer. So if we pull it out of the base, you'll see this is the front of the machine. Right here, you've got the little screen over here. Off to this side, you have your slot for your micro SD card, a reset switch, your micro USB input, and your power supply input. So let's get rid of the rest of this packaging. And then gently lift the extruder head up. Slide your styrofoam out. So the next step is taking the power supply and attaching the power supply to the power outlet on the printer. Now the printer does not have an on or off switch, so plugging in or unplugging the power supply takes the place of turning the printer on and off. So if you're storing the printer, not using the printer, it's a smart idea to unplug it. As you can see here, just plug that right into that slot. We have some options here. We have print, preheat, and move. The top button scrolls back to the left, the bottom button scrolls to the right, and the middle button is your select. So right now we're going to want to start by preheating the printer. And press go. It will preheat our nozzle. So I'm going to preheat it to 205. While you're waiting for the printer to preheat, you can take the filament spool holder, turn the machine around, and install it right in the pegs in the back. So it just slides in nice and easy to those pegs. Let's talk about how we can get our files or from our computer over to our printer. So we have the microSD card. You'll insert the microSD card into your microSD to USB adapter. You open your computer. Now I could walk you through all the steps of slicing your first 3D file and getting that sent to your printer. You've got your nozzle preheated, you have your file downloaded and ready to go to your printer. You're going to want to take your microSD card and put it upside down into the microSD card slot. You push it in, you'll hear a little bit of a click. Next we'll load in the filament. So we'll put the filament spool on the spool holder. We'll insert the filament into the extruder, push on the little lever, and start feeding it manually into the tube as we push on the extruder. Sometimes it takes a few tries to get it to go into the tube, but once you see it start to move in, then you know you've got it. So you keep feeding until you start to feel some resistance. And once you start to feel some resistance, just stop where you are. If we go back to the menu, down extrudes the filament outwards as opposed to up. And just keep pressing it. You can see the spool turning behind the machine as it's feeding. And then you'll begin to see filament start to come out of the nozzle. Be very careful when doing this not to touch the nozzle, it's quite hot. If you would like, you can use the little plastic scraper. So, if we return to our menu by hitting the home button, go to print. And so print will then load all of our files. And all we have to do is scroll down to that file and print. The nozzle will preheat and the bed will preheat. And once both the nozzle and bed preheat, the printer will run its course and make its first print. That's all, folks.
Thanks, Peter. You're the man. This looks great. Pretty easy, huh? We've got more 3D printing content coming your way next Maker Monday. Till then,